Hello YouTube, good morning. I'm Yasmin, I'm a host for Talk Talk. Talk Talk is a platform where we practice languages, so here we can practice English, Spanish, and French. Our practicing focus on develop our talking and listening skills. So we practice using a fully conversation in the another language. We usually have some subjects, questions too, to guide our conversation. Today we'll talk about how do you see virtual reality in the next 10 years. Like I said, we have a few questions, but we don't need to follow all of them or to follow the sequence necessarily, just to guide our conversation. And that's it. Usually starting presenting ourselves to break the ice a little, know each other. So a little about me. I'm Yasmin, I'm 20, I live at São Paulo. Here I live with my parents, with my cat too. Nowadays I work as a software developer and I'm here in the platform to practice my English, my Spanish too. Here I'm host of these both languages. And that's it about me. Daniel, could you present yourself, please?
Yes, a little about me. I'm Daniel. I'm a software developer. Currently, I live in Hortolândia, São Paulo, with my wife. Every time I like to play soccer, play video games, watch movies, watch series, read mangas, some books about finance, something like that. And I'm here in Talk to improve my English like you guys. That's it about me.
Thank you for sharing. Ebert, please present yourself.
Okay, good morning, YouTube. Good morning, everyone. My name is Herbert. I'm 44 years old. I live in a small town in the state of Rio de Janeiro. I'm married. I have no children. I'm a student. In my free time, I enjoy watching videos on YouTube and sometimes movies. Yeah, I'm here because I have to become fluent in English as quickly as possible because I use English in my life all the time. So I'm here to practice my speaking skills, improve my speaking skills.
I hope the platform helps you on that. Thank you. So, starting with Ebert, our first question. Have you ever tried virtual reality? What was it like?
Unfortunately, not yet. I've never tried VR so far, but I would like to try someday. I see people playing in these machines, and I would like to try some. Maybe today is the day. There's a shopping center close to here where I live, so maybe I'll try. I'll give it a shot today.
Yeah, so nice. I already used one, but was just one time, one glass of VR, and yeah, it's really, I don't know, it's strange. It's really different, but it is really nice. I like it that. Thank you, Albert. Ricardo, good morning. How are you?
Hello everyone, nice day.
Your sound is really low for me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, not better.
I was telling, nice day, nice week. I'm sorry for my late.
No,
Uh, well, I should I introduce myself?
yeah, please. And if you could answer the
Sure,
first question too.
sure. Well, my name is Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, first city for Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter, and yeah, and I'm on a platform TalkNtalk a long time ago. I try to improve my English. Well, yeah, regarding the question, I had tried VR, né? So some time ago, it's he got one of the movie Jurassic Park was released. I'm not sure because the video that I watched using the VR was regarding a dinosaur. Is a brontosaurus, so that's nice because she it was became close to me, and suddenly she became it became stand up to reach some leaves on the roof from the tree, and it's really nice. You know, the graphic is not so good, but certainly the experience is much more immersive. uh, that's nice. That's it.
Yeah, this experience that I talked before about the VR that I used one time was similar to you, but was from a museum here in São Paulo. It's like some technology there, and have one local that we can solve the story of dinosaurs, how they surge, how they live in that time, and how they was extincted. And yeah, I see on the glasses, so was really nice to see the dinosaur. Was kind of afraid, but was nice. Thank you, Ricardo. And for you, Daniel, have you ever tried that?
Uh, I'm not I'm not sure about that, but I think I used it very little, just in glass in VR. Watch some videos in YouTube because my friend had a glass, and I put the cell phone into the glass and watch some videos. It's appear interesting, but I use it very little. Just my experience in virtual reality. I would like to play some games. That's appears interesting, and watch some movies like Jurassic or City, Dinosaurs in virtual reality. It sounded good for me, but my experience is very little.
Thank you, Daniel. And for you, do you think virtual reality will be common in 10 years?
I think so. To be honest, virtual reality, it's a technology, but not a revolutionary technology. Because for me, it's a good, it's important to use it, but it's not a so good technology. And in 10 years, I'm not sure if it will be so common, but more than today.
Yeah, I don't know because nowadays they are already creating something involving it, but yeah, I think it isn't so popular. For example, I know Meta is developed some kind of glasses, something like that, but the glass is very weird. I don't know if I already see that, but yeah, it's very strange. I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe
I
in the
didn't.
future.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, please.
I didn't answer completely. I just telling regarding the experience, but don't share my opinion regarding the 10 years. So uh, I believe that in the next 10 years, VR became uh, I consider a kind of revolution, but without glasses, no glasses is necessary anymore. I believe that the guys create a kind of technology where the immersion became the experience became much more immersive, but no Oculus is necessary anymore. That's it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, maybe in the future they will replace the glasses for something more I don't know a better maybe I don't know how is that, but let me see here.
I can't imagine
Contact lenses.
I can't imagine other technology without the glass.
Yeah, maybe contact lenses that are more, I don't know, more normal because the glasses for Meta, for example, is very big. I don't know, very strange in the face. So maybe they are just making some prototypes, really, in a really beginning, but in the future they replace to contact lenses or to glasses that are more next to the normal glasses, maybe. And for you, Hybrid, what's your opinion about the question too?
To be honest, I'm not sure about if this technology will survive in the future because what I see is it's become less and less common over time. I don't see much people playing this machine. Uh, Actually, almost never I see someone using the machine to play. I don't know if we'll survive in 10 years. Maybe, maybe yes. I don't know. Really, I've never seen the VR as a great, a huge technology. I think it's a normal technology. It's not so interesting anymore. Maybe in the at the beginning, it were more common because it was uh, a new feature. But nowadays, it's not so common here, at least in my city. It's not so common. People don't care about as much for VR. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, it isn't so common, like you said. Imagine in the future. Yeah. Unfortunately, we cannot uh, know a lot about it. So I will skip the question three because I think we already talked a little about that. So I will go to the four. Ebert, do you think people will work in virtual reality offices?
Mm, I don't think so. I think it's possible, but it depends on the companies accept this idea. But I don't think so because the managers will not would not would won't accept this idea. You know, people uh, prefer interacts in person. Uh, but it's I think it's could be interesting and useful for companies and customers. But I to be honest, I don't think so. I don't think it's will happen.
Yeah, people nowadays isn't opening cameras. Imagine you go to virtual offices. I don't know. Maybe depends of the company at some point. Thank you, Albert. Ricardo, and what's your opinion about this question? The question four.
Uh, I don't know. Uh, I watched a move that's a nice move. It's called The Player. I'm not sure. It's o jogador, but in English, I'm not sure if it's the player. I believe that's the player number one, or something like that. I sometimes that's weird, and the guys translate the original move name or a totally different name in Portuguese. And the on that film, the reality is different because a lot of people, the most part of the people, use gadgets, clothes, and the I could mention another move. I don't really remember the name of the move. I believe that's Os Substitutos. I mean, I don't know. It's Bruce Willis. Uh, I believe that Substitutos could describe better, possibly in the future. Not regarding the technology, but the behavior. So the people nowadays became uh, let the content less important. Sometimes it's weird. For example, I can understand that's my problem, but I can understand. For example, you have a cell phone and don't use the telephone to make a call. Uh, that's a little weird for me. But for example, if you wanted to send a message, it's much more useful, it's much more practical. You send a voice, but a lot of people, the most part of the people hate this thing. Sometimes when you send a message using voice, the people, I don't know, sound like a aggressive message or this kind of situation. Uh, and I believe that when you send a message, a voice message is good for the both sides in certain perspective, because for the people that send is more practical. It's not necessary to type the letters. And another person, the other side, oh well, right now I could listen to, but later I listen. And when the person is listening to this message, is we could do another things at the same time. I don't know, eat and listen or another thing. So in this case, I don't really understand. Yeah, you, the guy could send as the people used to make jokes, a podcast. So 1 hour audio is not a realistic situation. So it's totally weird. But if the person just send a 1 minute, that's okay, for me. But I try to avoid because the most part of the people, as you told, hate. That's it.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Daniel, and about you?
For me, I don't think so, because for me, this technology is more common to games, to fun. I can see me, I don't know, in 10 years working with virtual reality. Uh, I don't think so. When I was a child, I dreamed in using virtual reality and to play a lot of games with this technology. But nowadays, after search about, I think this technology is not to work. It's more to fun, it's kind of fun, games, watch movies, I don't know, in cine or in your house, but to work, I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe that because also the nowadays talking about the glasses is something really uncomfortable too. It is really big and I don't know. For
Yes,
me, by myself, it causes headache. So
yes.
imagine work with that, like 8 hours per day. Couldn't be so comfortable. Daniel, could virtual reality replace schools or universities?
Oh, it's a difficult question, but I'm not sure. But I don't think so. Because this question is about the physical space. Uh,
Yeah.
Maybe because we have a growing in virtual schools, virtual universities. Uh, I don't know how to say this in English, but EAD. And nowadays we have a lot of university schools too in EAD. Maybe in the future, with virtual reality, I believe virtual reality can help, but not to replace it. Because, like I said in question before, I don't believe that virtual reality can be used office in office to work, but in this case, schools, believe it can help, like studies with uh, I don't know how to say in English, gamificação. Uh, Ensinar gamificação, I believe it can help, but not replace, because it's important to have a contact with others, especially in schools when with a child, teens, young. It's important to have others, friends, colleagues, and that's it for me.
Guys, I'm without internet here, so I'm hotspotting by my cell phone, so I will keep my camera off a little while the internet come again, okay? So yeah, I could listen just a part of Daniel's answer, but I don't know. Nowadays we already have some um, far distance learning, like universities. Maybe could use a virtual reality in the future, but yeah, I don't know. I think the access of that in Brazil is hard, maybe, because yeah, in a lot of schools don't have access to even, I don't know, didactical books. Imagine give the virtual devices to the students.
Yes,
So,
and I give my opinion about because I live in Brazil and I can't see this reality in my country, at least in the next 10 years. But I don't know if in another country like USA, if had implemented this technology.
yeah, makes sense. Maybe in the
I'm not sure. I opinion about my reality. You know?
Yeah, maybe in the more developed countries, this could be possible because in another countries that are developed, they have a big investment in schools. So maybe for them, in the next 10 years, could be a reality. But in Brazil, I think this could be a challenge, maybe, fortunately. And for you, Albert, about the question 5.
Okay, I think we are humans, and as human beings, we have to socialize. We need to socialize each other. I don't think replacing school is a big deal because, as I said, we need to socialize each other, and socialization are part of education in schools and university. We have uh, to develop our social skills. So replacing schools and or university for VR, it's not. I think it's not a good thing. So yeah, that's it because it's necessary to develop our social skills, right? So we need to go in person to the universities and especially to the schools. It's necessary. The interaction is necessary.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think I study in the remotely in the university, but I think for some courses this is impossible to do remotely. I study and develop systems, so it's okay to do it at home. But yeah, I think for some courses, like I don't know, maybe a health area, courses like that is impossible to do remotely. And for schools, I totally agree with you. It's necessary this physical contact, mainly for children to run, make friends. Um, the social contact is very important to play too. So for them is really necessary. I think not just for social development, but for self-development too. I say that because I passed my high school studying at home because of the pandemic years. And I noticed the difference of, for example, people that present some kind of schoolwork in remotely, and when it became physically was totally different. So yeah, I think this could cause some kind of difficult to these students to present in front of people too. So yeah, think could be a challenge replaced to virtual reality. And for you, Ricardo, what's your opinion about this question?
Uh, yeah, that's. I believe that depend on the circumstance. I believe that the person should be an adult or a mature person, because if you are a child or an adolescent, I believe that is.
Ricardo, your voice is low.
I am sorry. Let me uh, try again. Uh, I was telling regarding. Um, I believe this kind of situation should be for adults or mature person, because I, in my opinion, it's not possible to this kind of environment in a virtual schools for kids or even adolescents too. Depends, but the most part of the people don't have maturity to absorb knowledge, because it's necessary discipline and the other stuff. And I believe that there are another kind of knowledge, you know? For example, interaction. The human interaction is important. You know? The word sound like is forward for a place where robots, gadgets, artificial intelligence, this kind of thing control everything. uh. So in this case, apparently the human interaction will become the most important thing. uh. Yeah, you could learn and became involved with this area, work, I don't know, programming, creating fix the robots and the artificial intelligence, this kind of thing. But I don't know, but sound like is less necessary in the future. uh. So is so important. There are some schools in some countries like England. I was listening to or watching an interview with I forgot the name of the actor, Brazilian actor, and he told regarding the London, England, there are public speak classes in the theater because of that. For the other hand, the kids and the people is using are using actually uh, emojis and this kind of thing to communicate. I believe that sometimes that's okay. You know? Depends on the level, depends on the circumstance. But I believe that these persons occur, this kind of situation occurs in any kind of age, but much more emphasis when you talk regarding kids and the adolescents and early adults. So these persons are used to uh, talk or communicate using these kind of things, short messages, emojis, this kind of thing. And when it is necessary, a more deep conversation, uh, normally they face some problems. And there is a kind of a shock when these persons is coming for the work market in the another kind of interaction. So in this case, I believe it's necessary to prepare our kids and the other people for the new world. That's it. I'm sorry, I talk a lot.
No problem. And another question, do you think it's possible to them focus if, for example, uh, and in the future they change the learning to use virtual schooling? Do you think that teenagers and children could focus on the classes?
Mm, ah, I don't know. I believe that's possible, but essentially, kids want to play, want to have fun. It's normal. No? It's part of our essence when you have this age. When you are on this age, is common. No? Maybe when everything is run for this place, the guys create more technology, other gadgets, and try to keep kids focusing. And when you uh, are talking regarding the pandemic times, it's different because the parents were in house, and so is and sometimes it's hard. For example, a teacher. They have to talk with the kids, and there are a lot of small squares, and possible to observe. So it's totally different. But I believe that this kind of situation could solve could be solved. But regarding the human interaction, this kind of thing, I don't know. Maybe in the future the guys create another kind of technology, virtual reality, or another thing that's bringing us a different experience. So maybe in the future, uh, yeah, I believe that independent of my opinion, I believe that the schools and the other environments moving to this place. So in this case, I believe that you be a reality, uh, but I'm not sure in the short time in the future. Probably more time ago, maybe 20 years, I don't know. That's it.
Thank you, Ricardo.
Or
So I will skip some questions because I think that question 13 is really interesting, and I would like to know your opinion about that. So, Ricardo, would you like to have meetings with friends in VR?
number
13.
13. Um, I never have this kind of experience because I don't have the VR gadget. But yeah, should be great in my opinion. I prefer. Uh, I work remotely because of the distance and other stuff. So I used to take 5 hours and a half the path between my house and my office, sometimes more, 6 hours. So in this case, is a big problem because I live at São Vicente and I work at Barueri. But for example, if you have an office near from my house, probably not all of the days, but certainly I would prefer go to the office much more. For example, a Friday or holidays eve or this kind of thing, I became at home because uh, even in my region, it's hard problem because I take an hour, probably around an hour, when depend on the part of my region. Some time ago, when I work in my region, um, at the weekends or holiday, I took 70 minutes the path between my house and my office. And the Monday to Friday, the rush hour and other stuffs, I took more than an hour. So I consider my region one of the worst path, worst traffic jam, including if you compare São Paulo. Certainly, São Paulo is much more bigger, so in this case, it's not possible to compare it. But if you compare it using the number of the population, so that's my region is worse. So I consider this kind of thing better, because sometimes it's not possible to meet this person, and we use VR, let the experience more immersive, so and if you watch the move, the guy is using clothes and the other stuff, let the experience better. So yeah, it's not a reality, but maybe in the future technology could improve and let the experience better. That's it.
Yeah, maybe they add some features in the VR to
Uh-huh, yeah.
um, like we already using the vision, so maybe they increase the features using some kind of smells. I don't know, touches too. So
Mhm.
yeah, could be more next to the real reality, maybe. Thank you, Ricardo. Daniel, and about you, the question 13.
Question 13. No, uh, just if it was to play some games, I would like to play some games in VR with my friends. For me, it sounds so good. But I prefer physical contact, interact with friends, to conversation, to speak a lot of things. For me, Vitor, yeah, it's just to play games, and when it's not possible to have a physical contact. Yes, that's
Yeah,
it.
you saying about playing using the VR, and I remember about the Black Mirror. There are
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
episode where then play using VR and they feel the touch of the game. I was like a fight game similar to, oh my God, what's the name of the Mortal Kombat? And also fight game, but they play in VR and they can really immersive and even feel the touch of the game. So imagine how it could be in the future.
Very good.
Thank you, Daniel. And for you, Albert, would you like to have meetings with friends in VR?
Yes, I would like to have meetings using VR, but just for leisure, you know. I don't not into VR. I've never used before, but at the same time, I don't find it so interesting for me. I saw some videos on YouTube, people using VR, but for me, it's not so interesting. Yes, for leisure, of course, I'd like to try out the VR, but as Daniel said, I prefer in person. I prefer the interaction in person, one-on-one interaction. But definitely, I love technology. I use technology all the time in my life. But specifically VR, it's not um, a thing that I like. I love. Maybe as I said, I will give it a shot. Maybe today is gonna be the day. I'm going to the shopping center in the afternoon today. And there's a VR machine over there, and I will try out the VR.
Thank you, Albert. I would like to try more too. So I think we have time to more one question. So question, let me see here. 16. Albert, could VR help people with disabilities?
Mm, good question. I don't know. I've never heard about it before. People being helping using VR, but I think it's possible. Yes, because imagine if you are in disability in Brazil, there's only one doctor capable to help you. In Japan, for example, I think it's very could be can be very useful because it's impossible go to Japan for appointments using VR. Maybe a surgery, it's possible. Yes, I think so. I've never heard that before, but it's possible, and I think it can be useful in the future. I don't think it's affordable, uh, but it's possible, and it's so interesting, very interesting.
Thank you, Albert. Ricardo, and about you, about the question 16.
Um, yeah, I believe. I hope that this kind of thing will not want to be necessary because uh, the technology uh, is improving in the both fields, biological and the gadgets too. The last Monday, the last Sunday, I was watching news regarding the Brazilian scientists. They create a medicine to help and solve some cases, some injuries, and the people uh, come back to move his body because of the medicine and the others problems too. So I believe that if you not possible to improve the biological side, maybe I hope that improve the gadgets, VR, and the other stuff to let the life better for people that have disabilities. That's it.
Yeah, uh, I think the technology nowadays is very advanced, but still needs to improve a lot, and maybe could be a, a solution if the biological, the science side couldn't help in some cases. Yeah, good point. Thank you, Ricardo.
Sure.
Daniel, and about you?
For me, I believe yes. The main purpose from new technology in general is help others, help human. So I believe VR is necessary too. So, but I believe VR can help people, not in physical, but mental. I don't know, but help people to develop your mental health, maybe through therapy, uh, something like that. Maybe helping people to better your contact with others people. I don't know because nowadays we have a lot of mental problems and show virtual reality people can meeting other people and to talk about the problem and something like that. For me, that's it. I think so can help.
Yeah, I think it is possible to create a lot of solutions for everyone. For example, people that have fear to make presentations or say something in front of others could training this ability using the VR, maybe a video with people.
Yes.
And yeah, I think it is very big the possibility of solutions that VR can bring. And in the future, this could be even bigger, even more and more bigger, I think.
Because actually, nowadays we see VR just for games, but this technology can be used in another ways too. But nowadays it's so common to games and movies and something like that. Uh, but this technology can help others too. I'm not so familiar. I hadn't familiar with it with all reality, but this technology can be used to a lot of purpose. Yes.
Yeah, it's true. Thank you. So, guys, I don't know if we have time for one more question. I wanted to share with you the link for the survey for this talk. As you already know, is anonymous, and then in this link you can share your opinion about our subject, as me as a host, or if you have any idea for improve our immersions or for any subject, you can fill in this link too. For example, the talk for today was one suggestion that I bring for the answers. So you can feel really free to share what you want to share in this link, okay? I'm always looking the answers in that. And if you have time, next week we will talk about rest or rot, talking about bad rotting versus bad marinating. That was one subject that I saw and I think is very interesting. So next week we will talk about it. And if you have interest and time, please come again. I will be really happy to have you all here. And that's it, guys. Thank you for today. For this immersion was really interesting to me. I
Thank
hope
you,
you like it
Yasmin.
too. And I hope
Thank
to
you.
see you soon.
Thank
Bye,
you,
guys.
Ismail. Have a wonderful day and the weekend for everyone.
For you too. Thank you.